Here.
Hello and happy Monday, my favorite penny shoppers out there. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Dollar General picture frames that should be coming up to a penny. And not today. Today's Monday. I'm hoping they will flip tomorrow. I know that it hasn't been put out that they're going to be flipping, which is actually a good thing for us. So, in addition to that, I just don't feel like many have talked about this. It hasn't been blasted all over YouTube. And so I feel like we're going to have better chances of finding these picture frames. But catch 22 there. I feel like on one hand, it's going to be easier to find them, but then on the other hand, it's going to be harder to find them. So let me explain. First off, I have went to a number of stores just to scope it out, and I don't know, maybe out of 15 stores, only one actually had up a 90% off sign. So I don't feel like they're marked, and that's a big positive for us. But next is, these picture frames are most likely older than, well, a lot of things. We know that Dollar General loves to keep things in store for as long as possible. And even once they penny, we actually had picture frames that used to penny all the time in remodels. So I believe some of those picture frames got sent back and then they got repackaged. And some of them have different prices and aren't falling in, but then some of them, it looks like they got repackaged, but with the same UPC, so the prices don't even match. They're still under the old price. So originally when I started looking, I thought, oh, it's none of them in the cardboard packaging, and you'll see in the videos. But then I learned, no, some of those are falling in as well. So then in addition to that, as far as going through your list and adding through the all categories, as I'm also going to show you, there's a lot of them you can add to the list just from that, so you don't have to type in all the numbers. But even when you look at the list for each store to figure out who has them, most of the stores I went to and actually found them, they're still showing that they don't have them. But then other stores are showing some. So like I always say, when it comes to looking at the list to figure out what stores to go to, inventory is never 100%, but I try to pay attention to ones that are showing a price. So whether it says out of stock or not, if it's showing a price, then I am going to attempt that store. There are so many picture frame UPCs out there. I'll link Christie's Connections. I will go ahead and put that below in the comments. She has the entire list if you want to type in all those UPCs. But really the only rhyme or reason I found to all of this would be most of them start with 6800, majority of them. And then there's a handful that fall in with our typical 43000. And then there's a couple randoms. So really the best thing is just to get out to your stores and scan, but don't get frustrated, because some stores are really going to have just a bunch of the newer ones. But then others you may come across, they're going to be loaded with old ones. So just get out there, check it out, search, scan, and I think these are going to be good ones to find, easy ones to find if we pick the right stores. All right. Peace, love, pennies.
Picture frames. So if you're like me, you looked up the picture frames, you saw them, and you're like, oh yeah, my stores are all loaded with those. And then you got to the store and you were like, wait, and see, I thought something was different. So I want to show you what you are actually looking for. So, I come up, I see our little bronze or whatever one, copperish ones. I see our little, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're loaded. No. So basically, any of these with price tags on, these are old, for the most part, picture frames that have been repackaged and have a different UPC. Okay, what you're looking for. And once I saw them, I was like, oh yeah, duh. See, used to The price was actually on the paper, and the UPC is on the paper. No type of thing around it. Okay? But the new version, like I said, has the price up top and sticker UPCs on the back. So you're looking for the old packaged frames, and it's going to be pretty much 8x10s, 5x7s, 4x6. I think so. It could be any size, but you've got to find the ones that are not in new packaging. I better get up there before all my ice cream melts. Yay! Sorry, I'm a doofus. Okay, we are at another store, so I wanted to show you a couple more examples. So here's our maroon or burgundy one. Again, price is on the paper, UPC on the paper. Same with our brown. Price is on the paper, UPC on the paper. This store actually has more than usual. So we have another $5 one there. We have the red $5. We have the brown $4. So they definitely have more. I've only checked 2 other stores. I've been too busy to get out and look for picture frames. There's another one. Oh, UPC's. I guess we better check that UPC. Alright, picture frame searching. So I did find this one. And I was mistaken. There are some that are in the new package, but this one, it says $4. It's actually priced at $3 because it's 30 cents right now. So still be checking. Now, as you can see, I went through all the picture frames, and all of them are put back nicely. I did not make a mess. Alright, coming out looking for more picture frames. These are all going to be pennies on Tuesday, the 19th. Tuesday, March 19th. I think I showed you this one. All right, let's search our app and try to add some picture frames from that. So you want to pick your store, go in, I search frame, and then I start scrolling. There are a number of things that can come up when you do specific searches that do not apply at all, but it's a good way to make sure you're catching everything. So there we've got one. I've already added it, but you can see it's showing 50 cents, showing item not sold, but we know that's not always true. We have another one. Obviously, it's priced at $2, and it's down to 20 cents. On down, we've got more. There's really a variety of these. There's so many on the list, but keep in mind, some of these are very old, so you may have a hard time finding them. But I feel like I found 10 or 12 throughout just going through the list and searching a couple different things, or I'd say a few different things. Anybody that follows me knows that I search and search and search, and I do a variety of generic things, just trying to pick things up in the app because not everything is going to show in your all categories. So I try to go more specific anytime I'm searching. So, in addition to searching frame, I will also go in and search picture. That will possibly bring up different ones. I will also search metal, wood, plastic, black, white, blue, red. I mean, anything that could pick up these picture frames, I'm going to search. And again, when you do your search, I mean, look, I typed in picture, I'm getting Legos, command strips, books, there's some picture frames, but it really is a good way to make sure you are getting as many as possible through your app. Next, I want to search another store to see if I missed any. This one, it is showing one at 40 cents. And then it's also showing one, it's got 3 in stock, but it's showing zeros. But we know those zeros aren't true. So I'm going to go to the top of my list. I'm going to select another store and see if I've got some other ones that I can bring in. So selecting my store. Yes, DG Pickup doesn't exist. All right. So I'm scrolling through here. I don't see many that are showing in stock or anything, but I'm going to do my search anyways. And the exact same way I did my search on the last store. I'm going to look up frame, picture, metal, wood, silver, black, white. I mean, you name it, I search it. So I make sure I find as many as possible. Now I'm going to search a third store, and this one actually did show some in stock. So it shows the 5x7 30-cent ones, 3 in stock. It's even showing like 11 in stock on our wooden $4 ones. So this is a store that I would definitely be checking out because it is showing a price and it is showing in stock. But still, I'm going to go through and do all my generic searching to see if I can pick up any more to add to my list without having to type in all those UPCs. Remember, it doesn't matter what price it shows in the list, but Tuesday morning I would type in this UPC to see if they pennied.